or we didn't get the grant.
Well,
I'm telling you what I know.
you're right, and in due respect, the last FEMA grant that we did put in for was the AFG grant, and we actually were able to purchase brand new SCBA brackets and the bottles to go with them, with the face pieces.
Yeah.
So we did get the last one that we
The
did.
last one, but before then,
Before, yeah, we missed it.
screwed it. Whoever was doing it screwed it up so bad you couldn't get nothing.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, and I'm not trying, like I still said, I'm going back to the same thing, Mr. Mayor, with all due respect. I'm not trying to be funny, but if we know we need something and we're waiting December, January, February, March, 4 months, what happened with, and we've been knowing about this truck that we need, why aren't we being, like I said, proactive about these things? And that's the way I feel. Maybe everybody else don't, but I feel that way. And sitting up here on council, that's the way it should be. And if we got to go, and excuse me, with all due respect to my chair, I feel that that's what we should have did. And I still feel that we should be looking into it, whether they vote on it or not.
And, well, this is of extreme importance in this city. So we'll act on it probably tomorrow.
That's right.
So I don't think there should be any problem. One of the drawbacks that we had to citizens is that we never had budget hearings. We never really went through the budget thoroughly. We were told that we had to meet a deadline for the fiscal commission, all like that. And that was I think, in retrospect, might have been a mistake, because when this came up Tuesday, I didn't know we had that kind of money or whatever. So, but at least we got, because we always told we don't have anything. So I'm going to open it up for the public to ask Deputy Robert Benjamin some questions, and then we're going to move on to police. Okay.
In speaking with the chief, and I understand what he's attempting to do here, and hoping that he does get a grant. The 1991 meet the prerequisites as far as being an old vehicle. The one we have does not. And so therefore, that's why they're pursuing it. But I do agree with you as well as capital improvement. It's not a flush fund. And there must be reason and whatever. We go into capital improvement or whatever. So I have said that, but let me just set the record straight here. And I'm looking at the ordinance 717. An ordinance authorizing the city to enter into a contract for the purchase of certain capital improvement for various city departments needed for the preservation, of the public. And now I need you to stay here. Oh, she. I need her. Can I just wait till she come back? Because, well, first of all, I'll just say this.
Okay.
I don't know whom authored this
legislation.
This legislation.
Okay.
I have never, in my 10 years on this council, and even before I was on this council, and since I've been off this council, ever seen anything written like this.
It's not a contract.
You cannot put 5 pieces of talking about equipment. What equipment? First, it need to identify. There must be an ordinance referring the fire department, an ordinance referring the police department, an ordinance referring the service of the polls and what have you, all inclusive in this, and we found out in the paper here. The finance director should be here to articulate what the difference of the capital improvement. But whomever wrote this, you're going to have to start all over again and rewrite this. Because the charter says, and I'll read it to you, and I've done this before, and it seemingly doesn't seem to be able to comprehend it here. Each proposed ordinance or resolution shall be introduced in writing or print form and shall not contain, you need to be listening. That's why you can all discombobulate the question.
Go ahead.
Each proposed ordinance or resolution shall be introduced in writing or print form and shall not contain more than one subject matter, which shall be clearly stated in its title. That is the title here, and this is totally discombobulated. Some little elementary person must have authored this. Got all this stuff cropped up in here. There should be an ordinance here for the fire department, there should be an ordinance here for the police department, and there should be one for the poles, and one for the equipment, and for recreation or whatever it is. Those ordinances should be here. You cannot pass, if anybody come here and ask, what did you buy? What is this? What did you buy? What was the equipment? That's not the equipment. The police department cars are not an equipment. The fire truck is not an equipment. Equipment is stuff that you use for as the parts and stuff of that nature. Those are cars and trucks that we are buying.
Can you hold on one second, Mr. You want to respond to that?
I have prepared separate legislation initially
each category?
and for the fire truck, and the finance director thought it would be more economical to combine them together. So I didn't object.
Why?
Well, maybe suggest so we can move forward.
Madam Law Director, do you see what that says there?
I know what it says.
Well, then you're
So maybe-
not following it.
Well, hold on one second, guys. I think that's why it's good that we had these committee meetings to discuss this. So maybe what we need to do, we meet tomorrow, maybe we need to separate
have to
one.
separate.
Yeah.
What happened was, he said it's all capital improvement, and so
Who, the
under
finance
that category, then it could be all considered together.
I don't know who told you that, and you're supposed to be the
The
law director
finance
of this.
director,
Well, the
Jack
finance director and I become the law director?
But I felt that he had a point,
But-
and I respect him greatly.
Well,
So if
do
we
you
put it-
respect this charter, man?
The subject
Do you
area
respect this charter?
is
Let's not argue back
capital
and forth. Hold on.
improvement.
Let us talk and then you can talk.
The subject matter is capital improvement and equipment. So from that perspective, it is one subject area.
It is not one subject matter. Ma'am, every piece of legislation come before this council or prepared for this council. It must specifically state, as this charter says, what you raise your right hand to uphold. You cannot change this, amend this, nor you, nor the law director, nor this council here. You must follow this charter. It says one subject matter. For the fire department have never, and we have dealt with capital improvement before, and we never had no
If I may respond.
this mess jumped up like this.
Chair, if I may respond.
Yes, you can.
In 2008, I rewrote the criminal code for the city, and it had assault, it had theft, it had numerous different categories of offenses, and I subsumed them under general offenses, and it passed nicely.
I know, because no one on there knew what they was doing and it just let you get away with it.
2008?
But if I was here, you would not have